Wish I could have got across that got him.
Tonight, a fiance mourns the loss of a loved one who disappeared this afternoon swimming in the Flint River. Tonight, we have the latest on the search for Albany's next city manager. We'll tell you where the process stands. And why our nation's leaders say the need is more urgent than ever for tougher hate crime laws. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching Fox 31 News at 10. I'm Greg Loyd, in for Victoria DeCardenas. Tonight, the Albany Fire Department is searching for a 22-year-old man who disappeared while swimming under the Oak Ridge Bridge this afternoon. Our Tiffany Gray spoke with his fiancée and joins us with the details. Good evening, Tiffany, and are there any updates regarding this case?
Good evening, Greg. No, unfortunately, there aren't any updates regarding this case at this time. Now, let me give you a little bit of background information on the story. The incident happened under the Oak Ridge Bridge. When we were last informed, a boat was still in the water searching for the victim. According to his fiancée, the victim was at the river with her son while she was at their home. When she came to meet them at the river, she said she saw him swim to the other side, and that's when he began to sink. She shared some of his last words.
I seen him like he was going down in the water, like he was drowning. And then when I told him, "Was he okay?" he said, "I got it, babe." That was the last thing he said, was, "I got it, babe." Something going through my head right now, because I'm wondering, did they find, because they said they looking for him everywhere. I'm just wondering they find him.
Now, the victim has not been located at this time. Officials say they will continue searching for him in the morning. We will continue to update you all on air and online as soon as we receive any additional information. Reporting in the studio, I'm Tiffany Gray.
All right, thank you, Tiffany. Albany police continue tonight searching for a missing woman who has not been seen since November. Investigators say relatives began questioning Sabrina Donald's whereabouts after a family member moved out of Donald's home and they lost contact with her. Donald is known to hang around the Salvation Army or Albany Rescue Mission. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Albany Police. One man is dead after being shot by police Tuesday night in Berrien County. Officers say that Donald Myers came at police with a knife on Pauline Avenue in Ray City. That's when police shot Myers. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. The GBI says no officers were hurt in this incident. 6 juveniles have been arrested for breaking into cars in the golf club area of Douglas. They now face several charges, including entering a vehicle. Police say some of the items that were stolen have been returned to their owners. Now, if you think your items might have been recovered in this case, you can call the Douglas Police Department. And starting July 1st, a new driving law in Georgia will go into effect, making driver training mandatory for 17-year-olds. The Georgia Department of Driver Services will require 17-year-olds to complete the Joshua's Law portion of the driver training program. Anyone under 18 will not be issued a driver's license until they complete the training. You can find certified driving training schools on our website at WFXL.com. Reports of hate crimes against Asian and Jewish Americans are on the rise. The Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism just released their latest findings and found that anti-Asian hate crimes increased nearly 189% in just the first quarter of 2021. National correspondent Angela Brown has the details.
Crimes against Asians started to increase during the pandemic. A rise in anti-Semitic incidents is linked to the recent conflict in the Middle East. The ADL found between May 7th and the 14th that a variation of the words "Hitler was right" was tweeted 17,000 times. Now that's on top of attacks caught on camera. Outbursts of anger caught on camera. An Asian woman walking innocently, then punched in her face. An elderly man pushed to the ground. Even an Asian American police officer assaulted. Professor Brian Levin from the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism says these attacks may not slow down.
Restrictions were lifted and people who were having their ideas validated online now are going out.
The center gave us a first look at their latest data that found anti-Asian hate crimes increased 189% in the first quarter of 2021 compared to the first quarter of 2020 in the largest U.S. cities. New York City, a 262% increase, crime spurred by COVID.
We see a combo of different variables influencing spikes in hate crime. A catalytic event, then the reaction to it online and by political leaders, and then how is it sustained over time?
Police are scrambling to stop rising hate crimes. The NYPD created a civilian hate crimes review panel led by Deborah Halberstam. Her son Ari, killed by a gunman motivated by hate.
My son was targeted because he was identifiable as a Jewish boy in a van of 15 students that were attacked with 40 rounds of ammunition in revenge for what was taking place in the Middle East.
Once again, conflict in the Middle East is igniting a rise in anti-Semitic attacks and rhetoric. The Anti-Defamation League says their agency saw a 75% surge in anti-Semitic incidents during the Israel-Hamas conflict.
People should not have to fear sending their kids off to schools, whether it's a Jewish school, a yeshiva, a synagogue where people are praying. This is crazy.
Activists believe hate crime laws are not strong enough and need reform. Halberstam believes ending hate starts with education. One reason she co-founded the Jewish Children's Museum, the largest one in the country, in her son's honor.
I think people have a lot of preconceived ideas about who we are, and I think the only way to truly fight hatred is through education.
In Washington, I'm Angela Brown.
We're turning our attention to weather, and today was still on the warm side, but we had plenty more clouds compared to yesterday. Our Joe Spear joins us now in the Weather Center. And Joe, is the sunshine going to make a comeback?
Well, Greg, I think we've gone past the days where we're going to see a solid day of sunny weather, unfortunately, but temperatures likely staying like they did today, at least over the next foreseeable future. Here's what we're seeing right now in Albany State University with our Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. Temperatures right at 80 degrees. Winds are pretty calm here. Can see a nice dry scene. The sun's starting to set already, really painting a beautiful picture down here in southwest Georgia. Temperature-wise, Albany is one of the warmer spots. There's not many 80-degree temperatures here earlier in the evening hours. More and more of us have been switching over towards the upper 70s, but right now it's a little bit more of a healthy mix. Here's what we're doing today in terms of the almanac. Up to 94 degrees in terms of our daytime high, just slightly above average. What we started with earlier today at 65 was just slightly below average, both a ways away from breaking any records. Precipitation wise, you might have seen a couple clouds, actually most clouds move through the skyline today, but none of them producing any precipitation. Still sitting at our May total at 0, slightly below average. Here's what we're expecting for tomorrow. Still more clouds hanging tight towards the forecast. In fact, tomorrow probably wager would be a mostly cloudy day, starting off with a little bit of sunshine. As the day goes by, temperatures similar to what we saw today, most of us sitting down towards the lower 90s. And as the day goes by, we see the sunshine try to peek out once again, but the clouds are really still going to hold tight for a mostly cloudy day. Here's what we're going to be talking about for the rest of this half hour. The clouds moving in. That was the case today. It's the case tomorrow. It's going to be the case for a while. But what about rain? Is there any rain coming from these clouds? Yes, we'll time out when that eventually happens and what those rain chances look like. But this whole time, temperature is going to be leveling out. We'll be hovering around average around this time. Here's a peek at what else we'll be going over for the rest of this show.
I'm Christine Frizell with a look at the cost of immigration in dollars and how it's now spilling into several government agencies.